Hi, regarding your question for your daughter on how to improve her fighting spirit and endurance, let me begin with endurance because I feel it's easier to address since it's very physical. So she can do runs. There will be long runs, there will be short sprints. So it really boils down to the program that's being set out for her. So you can do runs, you can do skipping rope, even those drills on court like the shuttle run, you focus on the speed and sometimes purposely make her do it a little longer. But please make sure that it is not always very hard, and as much as possible, I would like to tell all parents to make it a little more fun for the players, especially the younger ones. You don't want them to feel like it's so much work or it's so hard that they want to give up. Okay. With regards to the fighting spirit, well, that has a lot to do with the coaches and the parents talking to the player. I feel like I'm very lucky because my coach was my dad. We did a lot of talking. He really encourages, he motivates, but of course, you have to know how to address it with your daughter. Like, check what motivates her, what inspires her to push herself a little more. And watching games is also very important. Bring her to watch some tournaments or maybe watch some replays on video and be there to guide and explain. Like, for example, there will be certain players who will come from behind, like catching up with their opponents and then actually beating their opponents. So those are good examples that you can give to your daughter with regards to fighting spirit, that the fight is never over until the game is really over. So for me, the way I condition my players and the way I talk to them is simple. I tell them that if you go on court, you really have to fight because you have that decision to actually join a tournament or not. So if you don't want to join, then we won't. But if you want to, then you have to target for something. And targeting for something means, focusing on the first opponent at hand. So you have to also tell your daughter to take away labels. Sometimes the player is good and everybody would talk about how good that player is. So if in case that becomes her opponent, challenge her. Wouldn't it be fun to upset a strong player? And on the other hand, if your daughter is stronger than her opponent, then all the more you should remind her to be confident. Be confident because you know you can do it. Not overconfident or never relaxed, because of course your opponent will try their best as well. So you need to always be focused. So you tell her to focus on how to play the game, how to get her points, how to cover her weakness, and most importantly, to fight. Because we can address the things we need to improve on more accurately if the game was fought with so much fighting spirit and was given everything that you could give. So that's the only way. But if along the way of, during the game, you will just give up, then we will not know what we need to work on. So it's important that you fight till the end because there will always be a chance if you fight.